Hey everyone, welcome back to the AI-103 series. Module 1 was all about understanding the landscape, what Foundry is, what tools exist, what SDKs you'll use. Module 2 is where we actually start building. In this video, we're going to browse the Foundry model catalog, deploy a model from the portal, set up our Python environment in VS Code, and call that deployed model from code and get a real response back. Let's go! Open up the Foundry portal at ai.azure.com. I've already logged in, so it should look something like this. Now, in the previous video, we covered how to set up a basic new project and the resources inside it. If you haven't watched that video yet, that's where the AI-103 exam series begins. Head over to the YouTube channel, the first video covers Module 1 of AI-103. It's only about 6 minutes long, and you'll learn a lot about how to get started. But for now, let's jump into Module 2. Right now, there are over 10,000 models in here, and Microsoft adds around 50 new ones every month. That's not a typo, it's growing fast. You can see an enormous number of models in this catalog. This includes models from Azure OpenAI, partner models, small language models, multimodal models, task-specific models, and more. From here, you can choose whatever fits your use case. What we're going to do now is pick one of these models and walk through how to deploy it and access it from Python code. I'll go to the search bar, type GPT, and you'll see it filters down to all the GPT models. I'm going to choose the most affordable one. When you click on it, it shows you everything, supported languages, what the model does, pricing, and more. I'll click Use this model. Now it's asking me to select a project. Since we already created a project in the previous video, I can either choose that existing project or create a new one right here. I'll go with the existing project and click Use this project. This will take me directly to the model deployment screen. Now it's deploying. You'll see the deployment window come up. There are a few important things to understand here. First is the deployment name, which is fine as is. Then there's the deployment type. The key options you need to know for the exam are Global Standard, Regional Standard, Data Zone Standard, Provisioned, and Batch, plus a few others. Each one has a specific meaning, and you can see those details on screen. For now, we'll go with Global Standard, or just Standard, and click Deploy. Once it's deployed, you can actually interact with the model directly inside the Azure portal. You can also copy the target URL, that's the endpoint you'll use to access the model along with the API key. Let me click Open in Playground. In the Playground, you'll see the model we just deployed, along with any other models you have available. You can select whichever one you want and start chatting right here. On the left side, you'll notice something called the system prompt. This is where you give the model its instructions. In this case, it's set up to act as an AI assistant that helps people find information. So whatever you type, it'll respond based on those instructions. There's also a view code option. The interface has been updated recently, so it may look a little different than before. But if you look at the sample code, you can choose your preferred language: Python, JSON, C#, curl, and more. This shows you exactly how to call the model using the SDK. As long as you replace the API key, this code will work from your local machine. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. Go to github.com/averyqlearn and look for the repository named AI-103 Azure AI Apps and Agents Developer Associate. That's where all the code for this series lives. Download the repo, and once you open it, it'll look like this. You'll see a demo folder, a source folder, and the Python code inside. I already copied the sample code we saw in the portal into this file. Now, one important change I made: instead of hard-coding the credentials, we're pulling them from environment variables. If you open the .env file, you'll find the Azure OpenAI endpoint for our project. I also deployed a Claude model, and that endpoint is in there too. Just replace the OpenAI API key with your own, and you're ready to go. Now let's run it. Open the terminal, go to Terminal, New Terminal. Then navigate into the demo folder with cd demo, and then into the Module 2 folder. From there, run Python mpip install OpenAI Azure Identity Python .env. Those are the packages listed in the requirements file. Hit enter and let everything install. Once you see it complete successfully, you're ready to run the code. To run the Python file, just type Python followed by the file name including the .py extension and hit enter. You'll see it connect to the endpoint, execute, and return a response. It's talking to the live model we deployed and running through simple Python logic. If you look at the output, you'll see it has a role, it has content, it's asking what is the capital of France, and returning the answer. That's your end-to-end flow. Deploy a model in Azure AI Services, call it from Python. One more quick example, we deployed a GPT-4o model, but there's also a second code file here for Claude Haiku 4.5. I've included all the instructions in the repo. If you want to deploy that model and try the second code file with its corresponding API key, it'll work exactly the same way. That's how flexible this is. You deploy different models and access them all from Python using the same pattern. Keep these exam tips in mind. Model families, Azure OpenAI models don't require marketplace acceptance, but partner models do. If a scenario blocks marketplace access, lean toward Azure OpenAI. Deployment types. Provision throughput, best for consistent latency at scale. Batch, ideal for high-volume, asynchronous, low-cost tasks. Global standard, your go-to for high availability with variable loads. To wrap things up, keep these 5 things in mind. First, there are over 10,000 models in the catalog to choose from. Second, stick with the standard deployment type for most use cases. Third, ensure your deployment name matches your code's model parameter exactly. Fourth, use API keys for testing and move to Entra ID when you're ready for production. And last, just point the standard OpenAI SDK to your Foundry endpoint to get started. In the next video, we're going into Module 3, Responsible AI Implementation in Foundry. That's where content safety, evaluation, and safety guardrails get hands-on. Like and subscribe if this helped. See you in the next one. Join the AVRIC Learn family, hit subscribe and let's keep learning together.